Hello, everybody, and welcome to Escape from Triassic Park, another TTRPG game that we're running as part of the B-Day Bash charity stream for JDRF International. We have this amazing group of dinosaurs and their Dino Master here today to continue raising money. I'm just going to go super quick, but if anyone wants to help us raise for this amazing cause for type 1 diabetes research, you can put !donate in the chat. And we have some amazing incentives, but I'm going to let Gilly describe those in just a moment. So Gilly, do you want to say hi, who you are, introduce the rest of the cast and the incentives, and we'll get started.
Absolutely. Let me switch to the correct tab with all the information. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Escape from Triassic Park, which is a TTRPG one-shot to benefit JDRF, who do important work in diabetes research. This is part of the month-long charity drive organized by Mare, the awesome Mare Feather, whose channel we are on right now, to celebrate their birthday. So happy belated birthday to them. This particular game is a one-shot TTRPG created by Tsai and M. Tillery. And you can find more of their work at cyanus.com, cyanius.com,
Julie,
I think is
unmute yourself in Meets? I'm sorry.
I did not realize I was muted in Meets, which is pretty much how it always goes for me. Oh, it's showing me not muted. Let me click it a couple of times. There we go. I will click it a bunch and hope that it fixes itself.
You are good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Computers are weird, huh? So you can find more of their work at CYA. Actually, I want to check that I have the correct spelling. I know it's in the chat, but it is important to get these things correct because they very kindly are letting me play this on stream. CYANEUS.com. And it is inspired by Grant Howitt's one-page RPG games, which you can find at patreon.com/GSHowit. Among those, I believe, are Honey Heist and Crash Pandas, which are also very fun games. But you can find more by these particular creators at their website. And thank you to them for letting me play this on stream to benefit JDRF. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce myself and the players today. My name is Gilly. You can find me on most social medias as Oh Look It's Gilly. That is me. Let's go to Zio.
I'm Zio. You can find me on Twitch at Ziomara, and you can find me on Twitter at Atomic Ziomara. And today I'm playing. My pronouns are they them. But I'm playing a Herrerasaurus named Mildred today, and my dino's pronouns are she and her.
Awesome. Let's go to Mitzi.
Hello. My name is Mitzi. My pronouns are they, them. Same with my dinosaur, whose name is Chompurado. Chompurado is, okay, I got this. Pachycephalosaurus. Ha. And yeah, I am also a Twitch variety streamer. I do TTRPG things, like I run games as a GM. I'm a player. I've also been designing games. And I guess that's it. Okay, you can find me as Pukepeku on all social media platforms I can get my hands on. That's PUKEPEKU. That's it.
Awesome. Let's go to Donna.
Hey everybody, I'm Donna. My pronouns are she, her, and I'll be playing Captain Cronch, a Dilophosaurus whose pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at Shabro. It's XIABRO, just a pun. It's very simple. And I'm a voice actress, so if you want to see what sort of projects and games that I've been part of and been lending my voice to, you can go find me there.
Excellent. All right, Mars, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Mars. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing a Tyrannosaurus Rex whose name is Lance, but goes by Nano, and whose pronouns are they and he, and I'm very excited. I do games and stuff. Also, I do dinosaur stuff. I'm a college student. I'm very excited.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, we have Danny.
Hello, I'm Danny. You can find me, my pronouns are he, him. You can find me on the internet as DannyNat20. Today I'll be playing Taylor, the Ankylosaurus. Yeah, you can find me also on Twitch at OnlyDansDND. So.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to introduce our donation incentives because we have had several donations already, which means we're getting started early, which I love. Excellent. So we have 3 donation incentives today. For $10, you can make us roar like dinosaurs. For $15, you can get a fun dinosaur fact. Ooh, ah. And for $20, you can get some paleontology, which is a pun that I'm particularly proud of. And then we will head to our resident dino expert, Mars, who will give us some juicy controversy from the paleontology world. And starting us off, we have already gotten a donation for a roar and for some paleontology. So on the count of 3, everyone who is willing to, I would like you to give me the best dinosaur roar. We're doing it together. There is no shame here, only dinosaurs. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We are very serious streamers, and I will not hear otherwise. Let's head over to Mars for some paleontology.
I am going to start off with the paleontology that I have used for my dinosaur's name is the fact that a while ago they found a small tyrannosaur that was initially named Nanotyrannus lansiensis, hence that they eventually realized was a juvenile T-Rex, though some paleontologists still debate that it is a real thing, and it causes a lot of controversy due to the fact that T-Rex is one of the most well-known dinosaurs, and people don't like when things changed about it. But that is where I got my dinosaur name from, Nanotyrannus lansiensis, because my T-Rex is not very old. So,
fun dinosaur facts. Well, this is controversy. I shouldn't confuse the two. Both really is what it is. I am also going to announce for donation purposes that when we hit 1K, which it's awesome that we are already at 1K for JDRF, we will be giving away a crocheted Aang plush made by Aragorn's girl, which is extremely cool and cute. And I saw the picture of it, and it's adorable, y'all.
It really is.
So I am very excited personally for that. And just to say, I have already won a giveaway in this, and I got some really cool character stuff. So it is possible. If you can dream it, you can be it. That's the lesson we should all learn today. So I'm going to give a little bit of detail about the game today. So to start us all off, you are a genetically re-engineered dinosaur. You live in captivity in a theme park where humans come to gawk at you. The humans feed you well enough, but you hate living in cages and performing for their amusement. Once a week, you get taken and to the vet within the park and poked with needles and prodded, and it kind of sucks. Your goal is to escape your captors and the park, where you will be free to eat, claim territory, and do as you wish. You also maybe wouldn't mind chomping on some humans while you're at it. As to the mechanics of the game, you all have 2 skills: escape and dinosaur. You use escape when trying to outsmart or evade humans and their devices, and you use dinosaur whenever your success depends on force, teeth, claws, dino-related skills. When you use a skill, you're going to roll a 6-sided die in the number of points you have in that skill. And if you roll a 6, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail. And if, as you fail, you accumulate panic points. Once you reach 6 panic points, something will happen. So we will get to more of that when it occurs. All of us rolled for dinos previously, as you heard. So we wanted to save a little bit of time at the top of the game and get attached to our current dino. I am now going to roll for our starting location and our obstacle, I have 3d6. Okay. I know what is happening now. All right. So our starting location. You find yourselves, dinosaurs, in the performance stadium, a huge arena structure with enclosures at the center that are wedge-like, the walls forming dividers like the spokes of a wheel. It is morning, and those of you who are diurnal may still feel the effects of being woken to come here from your enclosures. Performance time has not yet come. While the park will be open soon, you have been brought here to settle with whatever toys or devices the scientists believe will interest you and create the best show possible for the tourists who will arrive later. What your dinosaur generally chooses to do with these objects is up to you, and as always, your performance will be unique to your skill set. And even a nap might delight some of the humans who will wander around the elevated observation platform in the arena. So we are going to go around. We're going to meet everyone's dinosaurs. I know we gave names and pronouns already, but what I want to know this time, aside from name, is what your dinosaur generally does when encouraged to perform. What kind of toys do they like in their enclosure, if any? What is their own enclosure like? What is the vibe of your dinosaur? And we are going to do the same order because it is the order that is on my screen. So we are going to go to Zio first.
Yeah, hi. I'm Mildred, and I'm a Herrerasaurus. I look a little bit like a velociraptor. I'm about the size of a human. I'm about that tall, but I have little tiny T-Rex arms. I love goats. They taste so good, like freaking delicious. Like, just love them. So my favorite thing in my little paddock is my toy goat. They think that it makes me like not want to eat goats quite as much, but it's made of like that Kong material. But the other thing that you should know about me is that I'm probably one of the oldest dinosaurs. I'm like an old lady dinosaur. And I have kind of like a kind of roar, like a craggly roar. And the only thing that I want to do, because I don't know how many roars I have left to roar, I want to escape this place, and I want to go eat different types of goats. I have heard that there are different flavors, and that's my goal here. In the meantime, though, I'm just kind of in my paddock, and throwing around my Kong material rubber goat.
Wonderful. Who among us does not love a flavored goat?
I mean, right?
Also, so far, I know we're only like 15 minutes into this, but I truly need art of Mildred and her Kong goat. Like, I don't think you understand. All right, excellent. Let us go over to Mitzi.
Hello. My name is Chompurado. My pronouns are they, them. I am a Pachycephalosaurus. And I do not like to be perceived. If possible, I will become a ghost, but ghosts can still be perceived, so please make me invisible. My enclosure is actually made of carbon fiber glass, and I don't like that. And now I'm being put in a performance stadium where I just woke up and I'm grumpy in the morning. So the first thing I do is go to a corner that has a ball and I hit it against the wall where people could see them, and it keeps hitting back from the wall to my head. So it's in a loop. So I'm now something to be perceived, unfortunately. And I can't stop because everywhere I look, there are people. So I just stay there with my head, just this, and then the ball just boom, 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 boom. And in true Chompurado fashion, I am like a dark brown dinosaur. And I have like speckles of white to represent, I don't know, with Chompurado it's rice, so it's like rice. It's the shape of rice greens. And usually the dinosaurs of my kind have a big head, but imagine that line from the Robinsons where the T-Rex is like, I have a large head and tiny arms. But in this case, I have a tiny head and big arms. So imagine a ball bigger than my head hitting it over and over. So I'm just like dejected doing this.
Oh no! Oh no! What a cute dinosaur, though. I imagine that this is like. I imagine that for sure they would hate to be called a cute dinosaur, though. I feel like that would
Oh,
not.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that would be not cool. But I will secretly say, oh, how cute. Awesome. Let us go to Donna.
Yeah, so I'm Captain Cronch. You can call me Cece for short. I'm a sexy dinosaur. I've got very, very large. My neck frill is large, but it expands. Oh, but I don't know, like the humans aren't really like paying attention to me, and it's not really nice. I'm a little bit upset because, when I'm in the performance area, they're like, oh my gosh, like look at Ben, look at how he spits the black venom. It's like, I can spit black venom too. I don't know what's so great about him. Plus, like, then I like go over and I'm like, hey, check me out, and I spit my black venom, and then they walk away, and I don't know why. It's it's intensely rude. It's not good, and I'm not a fan of it.
Ben doesn't even spit venom properly, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't come out right. It dribbles.
No respect for the art,
So bad. And I have these like very large head stuff, like my head, there's like these things coming out of my skull, and they are the largest. They are the largest out of all the Dilophosauruses, and no one seems to be paying attention. Like, none at all. I also have like the ability to flex my muscles. Again, no one pays attention. And it's just, I just want to be noticed. I just don't understand.
I see you. I see you.
Thank you. That's all that matters.
Don't you mean I see you?
I see you. That is correct.
There you go.
Correct.
True.
So true. All right, excellent. Let us move to Mars.
Yo, I'm I forgot my dinosaur name for a second. I'm Nano. I use they them pronouns, and I wish I could play basketball, but my arms are so small, but they keep putting basketballs in my performance arena because they think that, like, I can, they think that they'll be able to survive my chomping force, but they can't. So they just keep teasing me with these basketballs, but my dang arms are too short to play basketball. But all I want to do is play basketball. This is my one goal in life. I'm a jock teenage dinosaur who's constantly doing this because I only have 2 fingers. I also wish they made hats for dinosaur, because I would look so good in a snapback. It would fit my vibes perfectly. That's all.
Just imagining this teenage dinosaur with a skateboard and a backwards baseball cap, and it's so good.
Definitely check out Raptor Boyfriend, the video game. That's it.
Valid. There must be a Flash game with a skateboarding dinosaur. I believe that this must exist on the internet somewhere.
Oh, surely.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. Excellent. Danny.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm an ankylosaurus. So basically, I'm just a huge armadillo with spikes. So I'm like, when I say huge, I mean like I am a thick dino, just like thousands of pounds, just so heavy and so wide. And I just kind of walk around. I'm really like a bull in a china shop in here. Just kind of every time I swing, I have a huge club tail, just hits the wall and shakes the whole enclosure all the time. It's not enough space for me. And so I got a huge pile of cabbages just because I'm a herbivore, so it's just cabbages for me. And for toys, they gave me a pile of tires, which I stuck my head in one of them, but I don't have any thumbs or hands, so I've just got a tire on like a collar, and just kind of trying to get it off, but it's stuck in my spikes as well. So I'm just so I gave up, and I'm just eating cabbages and swinging my tail about randomly.
Yes, yeah. And you think, like, you've heard, I imagine, rumors of the outside, and you think maybe there's a world out there where you can swing your tail and not hit anything.
Well, I mean, I keep trying to knock down the walls in here, but then I fall asleep because I must have been tired, and then I wake up and the wall is back. So I don't know. You can hit it all day long, but they just keep coming back. I think I'm being gaslit.
This is a big problem. Now, all of you are chilling in your various little mini enclosures within the performance area. They tend to rotate you throughout the day. You'll get a break and go back to your own enclosure eventually. But this morning is a little bit different than usual. You're all here and you can all see each other. There are chain links and some space between the enclosures, but you can sort of see what each other is doing. Maybe you have definite opinions about the other dinosaurs here today. But curiously, there don't seem to be as many guards here as usual. And it becomes apparent why after a short period, because there is an explosion across the compound. You can hear it from here. And it is in the direction of some of the enclosures. And some of you may suspect this is where some of your tinier friends live. And you think that this is probably the compies who live over there. Their names, well, the two most mischievous ones are named Perry and Terry. And this kind of has them written all over it. And there are kind of sirens whirring, and there is noise happening over there, which means that, weirdly, you've sort of been left relatively unattended for the moment. And you also notice that there is an electric fence that encircles the enclosure just in this area. And perhaps you don't know what electricity is, but the buzzing has stopped. What would you like to do?
First, I would like to attempt to not have the ball keep hitting my head, but every time I try, it still keeps hitting.
So you are trapped in a real pinball situation here, and you try moving over, but now you notice that when you move over, you can actually rub up against the thing, and it doesn't like sting anymore. So the ball stops.
Freedom? And I look around, look at the others. Are we in the same enclosure? Oh, hold on.
You're in like segments of a larger enclosure. So there are walls between.
We're separated.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll just like whack the wall with my tail.
What that sounds like is a dino roll to me.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm a dino.
You are, in fact, a dino.
In fact, a dino. I will roll. I got four dinos.
You got 4 dino.
And that is no sixes. So
So how is it that you attempt to hit what are you using to hit the wall?
definitely I just go for like the middle of the wall, which is definitely not the right place to hit it, and just with my hammer. Just have a whole hammer on my tail. So
you start hammering at the chain links, and it is denting it because you have a sizable tail, right?
yeah.
But your understanding of physics as a dinosaur is subpar, and so you're hitting this, it's denting, but nothing is getting through. What are the other dinos doing?
Look over at my ankylosaur friend, and I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it. But can I recommend removing you've got this thing, I don't know if you know it, but you got this thing around your head. I think it might be making it hard for you to see. So maybe
I can't turn my head either way. I don't know why.
Okay. Let me try and help you. And I'm gonna grab my my goat. And I'm going just grab it in my mouth because my I have not quite small tiny T-Rex arms, but they're not reach out and grab stuff really. And so I'm gonna grab my goat, and I'm gonna try and climb out of my enclosure and go help my ankylosaur friend get this tire off of his head. I don't know how I'm gonna help him get it off of his head yet, because I don't have arms, but I'm gonna try. It's what a grandma dinosaur would do, kind of like licking her finger and then like getting the dirt off of your face. It's a little bit kind of like that.
I'm trying to decide because this is climbing based. This is not strength based. So I'm wondering if I think this is an escape roll as opposed to a dino roll. And if you have a compelling argument otherwise, you are absolutely free to. But
no, I think that this does sound like an escape to me. I have a 4 in escape, so 1 6.
You got a 6, so you succeed. So you Mildred clambers over. It's a very impressive feat for such an old dinosaur, I have to say. But holding a Kong, I have to imagine this is like the videos of like huskies that are trying to climb over gates that they've like just wiggle, 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 and then you are now on the other side of the fence. And let's see what we're gonna go back to our chompy friend, but let us see what Captain Cronch and Nano are doing while this is happening.
Captain Cronch is fighting. He's fighting the other dinosaurs. He's taking out the rest of the Dilophosauruses.
You're just scrapping, right? So there are no other Dilophosauruses in your enclosure, but I do like to imagine that you're just like up against the fence with whoever is next to you, and you're just like, want to go? I'm ready
to prove that I'm the best, and the only way to do that, in my eyes, is I have to be the only dinosaur that looks like me.
Okay, so you're like squaring up against the other dinos who are not necessarily like participating in this, but they're basically just like, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
Yeah, like I'm like, hey, come over, and they're just walking away. I'm like, get back here, you coward! Like, what are you doing? Why are you running? Huh?
You afraid of me?
Yeah, like okay.
Oh. Excellent news. We have another Dino Roar donation. So on the count of 3, if you would like to, please roar. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Wonderful. And how about you, Nano? What are you up to right now?
I think Nano is on the other side of on the other side of the fence, trying to like call their Dilophosaurus friend over to be like, because they see him like, trying to square up, and Nano, who's brain is focused on pure jock energy all the time, is like, oh, they must want to play a sport. And Nano's like, yes, I want to play a sport so bad. So they're like on the other end of the fence, or the other fence, trying to like squawk dinosaur roar over like, come on, come here, let's play some basketball, come on, I got basketballs in here, and we can use the what's left of the electric fence part as like our basket. Come on. Just trying to call him over.
Excellent. So you're like, I'm ready to play. This is very much reminding me of my dog at the dog park, by the way, who is like, there will be dogs, and even if they're barking aggressively, my dog is always like, yeah, we're playing. Like, we're friends and we're ready and we're playing. This is very much the energy that I perceive here. And Chompurado, what are you up to?
How close are we to each other?
So
like
the way,
who's like the positioning of our enclosures, who's like next to each other?
Basically, I'm gonna say wherever you want, but also we have canonically decided now that Taylor and Mildred were next to each other, and I have to imagine that Captain Cronch and Nano are at least near each other because they're having this conversation. So you can be wherever you choose to be.
Okay. Can I say that I'm like in the middle of everything chaotic going on? So
yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I see what Mildred and Taylor are doing. I see the distracted vibes that Captain Cronch and Nano are having. So I try to think, can I look at the fence at how the possibility of us gnawing on it?
That feels like a dinosaur roll to me. And I'm gonna say you can, if you succeed, you can do it too, right?
Okay.
If it's gnawable.
I have a 6.
Yeah, then you're a winner. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Oh, and also I think it was Taylor who had a failure, so make sure you mark 1 panic. I'm gonna try and be good about reminding that, because I know when I'm playing, I literally always forget to do that. So excellent. So you where would you like to chew your way out to? Do you want to go to like the outside of all of the enclosures, or do you want to go see someone specific? Chompurado.
Chompurado will go first before gnawing on the fence. Going outside, they will look at all the dinos, seeing the chaos, and then and says in a loud voice, "Everyone, listen up! No, don't look at me. Just listen. No, don't look at me. Just listen. I can get us to freedom, and together we shall be successful. Climb over to my fence." And then looks at Taylor.
Definitely can't.
You know what? My fence is open. I'll go to whose fence you can climb or whatever. Just don't look at me. Is everyone all right with that? I don't care. Let's go.
Choosing not to be perceived. So who is going to try and head over to see your fearless leader, who does not wish to be perceived? Well, what are the reactions to this is maybe the better question. You've received a call to arms. Is it call to scales? Call to scales.
I definitely like turn my whole body. Definitely have to turn my whole body around like a turtle, you know?
And Mildred is also now in your enclosure, and it was small for just you, so I have to imagine that it's a pretty tight fit for the two.
Can you kind of not move a little bit to the left?
What?
Okay, hold on. Okay, whew. All right, thanks. All right, and I'm gonna shout that everyone should kind of come to Taylor and Mildred because we can't really I will actually for a moment put the goat down.
Put the goat down and no one gets hurt. Yeah.
and shout that the best is if maybe the more mobile dinos can come hang out with us, and then group effort to work our way out of this
Excellent.
place.
Okay.
If you want to shoot, sorry. If you
No,
want to
please
shoot through my tire, you can. It won't hurt me. I promise. I'll be okay.
Yeah, and then while everyone's coming over, I will absolutely stand on Taylor and try. I don't know if I can reach it with my arms, but I'm gonna try and chew at it if I can. Whatever I can do, because I realize we're not gonna get very far if Taylor can't really see where Taylor is going.
On that note, I would like a dino roar. We just received another donation. So on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. And I like to imagine that's the frustration of
with a tire in my mouth, and it might not hurt, but I'm pretty sure your head is getting shaken around, Taylor, as I'm like trying to get this tire off of you.
Absolutely. And I think this feels like a dino method for an escape. So I'm gonna let you pick. I think that it's up to you what you want to roll for this.
To get the tire off of
tire off of Taylor.
Because I'm using my teeth, I think this is probably Dino instead of escape.
That is absolutely fine.
Yeah. I'm not as good at dinoing, but yeah, that was not good. I am not successful. I'm just giving Taylor a headache.
So who is going to heed the call to head over to Taylor? And I think Chompurado, what would you like to respond to? They've called you over to your Ankylosaurus friends enclosure where there seems to be some strife occurring.
I cannot leave my friends behind. Are we friends? I don't even remember. I don't. So Chompurado will walk backwards so their face can't be seen. So they will check for a bit. Are they looking at me? They're not? Okay, great. And then I will try to gnaw to make it easier so they don't have to climb over anything. I'm going to try to gnaw my way through the chain link thingy and just do that. So there's going to be like
I am also gonna let you. I mean, I think that my inclination would be escape, but I'm gonna let you pick what you roll for this because I think that's fair.
It doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Then, you know what? It's escape. Why not?
Yeah. Just for flavor, make it escape.
Yeah, for flavor, like the goats.
Nothing happens.
Nothing. So you're just kind of gnawing.
Yes.
And you're gnawing on metal, so I imagine it's like when you accidentally bite a spoon, or at least when I do. And it's just like, well, that doesn't taste good.
I already have multiple chips in my teeth. Finally, I can be like a Tyrannosaurus Rex with my teeth, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. It is also worth mentioning, Nano, that every so often your friends just disappear.
I've noticed that my friends, it's great. That's why I love basketball, is because everyone's like moving around, and so I feel like I can constantly see everyone. But like when there's a timeout, sometimes I get really lost. I assume I've never played basketball, but it is one of my dreams.
I think it's entirely probable that one of the guards watches basketball and you have perceived it. And it's weird, like in timeouts they do tend to just disappear. It's almost like they're going somewhere else. It's weird.
It's just so confusing. It gets so confusing.
It's very weird. what are you currently up to? So Captain Cronch and Nano, you two have been called over to Taylor and Mildred's enclosure where Chompurado is chomping on the fence with limited success. What would you like to do?
I would be like, hey, what's basketball?
Nano's entire world has just lit up in this like gleaming display of someone has asked them about basketball, and they will do anything it takes to get over there and talk about basketball. So they're just going to like grab the nearest fence and use their giant head and jaw muscles to just like wrench this gate open to get over there and talk about basketball.
Excellent. Let's have an escape roll.
Interesting. All right.
I mean, I can see this is now the problem that I'm realizing is I can see it. You're using your dinosaur strength. Actually, I'm gonna revise a dino roll.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to basically use brute force to do it.
Yeah,
so.
it's brute force. You're right. You're correct.
Yes. I rolled all 3s and 1 6.
That's all you need. So you have powered by your enthusiasm for basketball, you have ripped this fence off. And in fact, I think it's so successful that you rip out another portion of the fence too. You're just like, yes. Let me talk to you about March Madness. Which is a basketball thing, right? I should check this before I make references.
Yes, it is. It is.
I know the sports. I know many of the sports. And so you two are now in the same place. And I think there's probably also now an opening in the center, which is where Chompurado was and has now made a hole to go to, or is trying to make a hole to go see Taylor and Mildred.
I'd like to think that when the fence got ripped just a little bit, it literally ripped by the corner where Chompurado was gnawing. And considering that Nano is strong, very, very strong, Chompurado would be like on the chain link, holding on for dear life, waving in the air.
Yes.
I think Nano keeps turning towards the sound, but the minute they stop and they think they've figured out where the sound is, there seems to be no one there. Where is it? Where are they?
It's very weird because you can hear them, but there's no one there. And so I'm going to say that the 3 of you are now have I would think an advantage working together if you would like to get into Taylor and Mildred, who are still trying to get the tire off of Taylor's neck. The strategy that they have employed does not seem to be working thus far. Perhaps they need advice, but what would you like to do? Would you like to try and get in first? Would you like to offer advice? What would you like to do? You can also do other things. Those are just 2 options.
Quick question. Did Chompurado hear what Captain Cronch was saying?
Oh, I would think so. I don't think Captain Cronch was trying to be quiet in any way.
No, Captain Cronch lives for the attention.
It's true.
Okay. Can Chompurado kind of like let go of the fence and then try to like? Does Chompurado even know that Nano can see them?
I don't know. That's a good question. Has Nano indicated that there are issues with Nano's sight?
I think like it's probably not hard to tell. I think it's sort of like if I were to take off my glasses, you might not notice it at first that I can't see, but it would be very obvious after looking at me for about 30 seconds to a minute. So I think well, Nano doesn't want anyone to know their weakness because it might be used against them in the game that they so love. But it's not hard to figure out.
Can I try to like get Nano near me, and I'll
I'll say something like, hey, there's a basketball behind this fence. You want to get it? Let's play.
Basketball?
Yeah?
Whoa, there's so many basketballs. I still don't know what it's about.
Nano is so enthused. It's basketball time.
So I think is what Chompurado is asking for Nano to try and make their way into the enclosure.
Yes, because I am squishy and I can't do anything for myself. That's why I need my friends.
Yes, we all need a little help from our friends. Nano, what would you like to do?
Well, I want to get to these dang basketballs that supposedly exist. It's time to do more brute force. Just give me to those basketballs.
Roll that Dino.
All right. I got a 6.
There you go. So, you know, Chompurado has really honed in on your motivation here. And so you rip out the wall, and all of a sudden, Taylor, you have more space. Mildred, you're not squished up anymore. The tire is still there, but progress has been made.
Yeah, I immediately forget about the tire, and I just run out the open space with like Mildred on my back, just going for it.
True, I'm still biting onto the tire, and I will say, with this tire in my mouth, my goat.
You can go back for the I'm gonna say, because I think it's very fun. I like the idea of this having a like loop on it that you can grab or something that's like a very worn rope that they have to replace. So you could hook it. I'm saying you could hook it with your dinosaur foot if you wanted to.
Let's do it. So that is a Dino, right?
It is Dino, I'm saying.
Yeah. I have already gotten myself confused about which is which. Give me 2 seconds. So Dino.
Absolutely. Actually, while you're doing that, we have gotten a donation for some paleontology tea, so we will head to Mars.
Here's some ye old paleontology. There was a period in American paleontological history called the Bone Wars, which just an impeccable name. Was between Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope, who were trying to name and find as many dinosaurs as they could, and it was just this period of like paleontological like renaissance, because these two paleontologists hated each other so much that they just wanted to beat each other. So it was like, we gotta find more dinosaurs. We gotta name more dinosaurs. So most of the like very famous American dinosaurs were found by one of those two.
What I really love about this is there's nothing funnier to me than petty academics. Like it's perfect. It's so good.
It's it deserves an HBO drama series because it's just, first of all, it's called the Bone Wars. They called it the Bone Wars. Second of all, petty academics. Third of all, they just hated each other so much. They were like sort of frenemies, where it was like, yeah, we'll collaborate sometimes, or like we'll go to the same people to like, I think they might have been mentored by the same person. I can't remember the details exactly, because I'm more into paleontological history or more into prehistory than paleontological history, but like they just hated each other so much
Can I ask for a favor if this becomes a show? Please, please, please make it an enemy/rivals to lovers trope.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Please.
Exactly.
Valid.
I have a screenshot of a Reddit post called "Why Do So Many Gay People Love?" It reminds me so many trans people love dinosaurs, and I think that's the ending the Bone Wars needs is like friends to enemies to lovers, gay dinosaur Bone Wars, petty academics.
Give us the HBO series
Hit
we
me up.
deserve.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We love to see it. We also had a comment from Dax in the chat, which was, we love that this stream is fun and educational, which I like.
Dax
Excellent.
also says she's curious how many Mars has on standby. Donate to know.
Donate to find out. Excellent. Let's go back to Zio. Mildred.
Unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful.
Yep.
So you see Mildred go, no, my goat. And the goat is lying on the ground. You can go back. I will say it's not closing up after you. There is no reason you can't all go back for it. I'm painting this as like a tragic moment, but it's there.
Taylor, all right,
Yeah.
you good? I need my goat.
Where are you? I can't see. I can't turn my head to look at you.
I'm up here.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
okay, I'll be right back. And yeah,
Okay.
I definitely I love my goat. I'm gonna go get my goat.
This is like a stuffed toy goat, is it?
It's made of like that material that Kongs are made of, like that you give your dogs. So
Like a hard rubber.
Oh,
and I'm sure that it is like bright orange or something, like the way a lot of the like this bright primary color or something like that. Anyways,
okay.
yes, I'm gonna go run back and get my goat, and then totally leap back up on top of Taylor's back and try and go
Keep
for a
on.
ride while trying to get this tire off of his noggin.
Do you mean you're gonna go for a ride?
Oh.
Puns out of everywhere. Puns
But,
out the
Oh.
wazoo.
Ba-dum-bum.
Excellent. Yeah, you have, I think, all been united now. And while Taylor still has the tire around his neck, you are now faced with still unguarded, which is very strange. Perry and Terry must be really kind of tearing it up elsewhere. And you are now faced with what to do next.
I think Captain is gonna be like, hey, I got an idea. Taylor, watch this. And he's gonna spit black venom at the tire.
Oh no.
Well,
So
this
you know
is a
where
great
can go
plan
wrong.
in which nothing can possibly go wrong. So what I like most about this game is that the risk here is not actually to Taylor, because I'm gonna make you roll Dino, and if you fail, things happen. So let's roll and see that.
All right, I failed. I got 2 twos. You know what? That's fair.
Mechanically, I do get an extra die to shrug off damage because I am made of iron, basically.
I think that you get 1 point of damage, which is then halved to nothing, because what I think happens is that in your enthusiasm, you spit on the fence and it kind of sizzles, and then like you're just like, what? This doesn't usually happen to me.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm usually a sharpshooter. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's my like neck frills fan out. I'm like, guys, look at me. Just look at me. Trust me. Like, I'm so sorry. This has never happened before. And then my neck frills go back down. I'm
There's just like acid dripping on my head, and I just like, don't even notice.
like, I'm so sorry. It's just not like this. I'm so sorry. And then I'm gonna go curl up in a corner.
Great. This is going very well. this is like, I like the honed precision of this escape attempt so far, I have to say. Let's head for more paleontology to Mars.
All right. I will do related to the Bone Wars is the what probably some of the more famous paleontological drama that there is the Brontosaurus, which I believe Edward Drinker Cope had found this body, and they kept finding these bodies with no skulls attached to them. So they would dig up this dinosaur and they'd have like 7 or 8 vertebrae, and it was like, oh no, where's the head? So eventually Cope took the head of a different dinosaur that had been found in a different area, and basically just put the head on top and was like, this is fine. But it turned out that was actually a Apatosaurus body with a Camarasaurus head, which most people my perception of what most people know is not great, because I spend a lot of time with myself, and so, but that's a fairly common dino knowledge. But I believe it was in a couple of years ago, I want to say either 2015 or 2020, they actually realized that the skeleton, like the body skeleton that Cope described as Brontosaurus, it was actually different from Apatosaurus. So Brontosaurus has been reinstated as a dinosaur. I believe they still don't know what the head looks like, or it's just like very similar to an Apatosaurus skull, but they are technically 2 different dinosaurs.
Well, congratulations to Brontosauruses everywhere, exactly. Honestly. I do really like the idea of just this paleontologist being like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it was just like every time they'd find a big sauropod skeleton, I just imagine Cope being like that one Vine where the guy throws down the cell phone, is like, so no head, and just like stepping on the skateboard, because they had found, I think, like 7 or 8 of these like huge sauropods, and they were like, yes, it was during the Bone Wars, so Cope was like, I gotta name a new dinosaur, and they kept not finding the head, and it was like, so no head, and just,
every time you say during the Bone Wars, it just brings me such joy.
It's so good.
I already have a headcanon of how emotional that event was.
Oh yeah,
exactly, the deep emotional resonance. Yeah.
What was the other person's last name? Was
Marsh? Yeah.
I think Marsh would have felt so betrayed, because there's like an agreement to keep it fair, but then you fraud! You betrayed our agreement.
It's raining.
So no head.
No head. Yes. Anyway, back to escaping from the park. We will be going to break shortly, but I do want to see what happens with whether will we leave this arena? Who can tell? So after the Venom moment, Mildred, you now have your goat. Nano, actually, that's a really good question. Taylor, do you have any basketballs in your enclosure?
I have a bunch of cabbages. Maybe it's a circle. I think maybe there's a beach ball or something, but long popped.
Nano, these basketballs do not look like basketballs that you've seen before, but maybe this is a new type of basketball. So Nano, you've discovered these cabbage-like things. It's possible. I don't know. Does Nano know whether what is Nano able to discern that these are not intended for basketball?
I think probably solely based off the fact that they're orange, or that they're not orange. I think color is big in Nano's vision, And these things aren't orange, so they're probably not basketballs, but like there's still a little like, hey, maybe they've changed the basketball color. Also, I realized I Googled just to double check. I was wrong. Marsh was the one with Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus, but
so it was the other way around. The other person was yelling, "You fraud! You've deceived us."
Yeah,
In the rain,
it was
yeah.
definitely still raining.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also we got to 1,000.
We got to 1,000. Yeah.
Anyone is
so
allowed to enter, even the players and participants.
Oh, so you can enter the giveaway by entering hashtag JDRF into the Twitch chat. We will be giving away the super, super awesome Aang, the Aang plush, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, that is made by Aragorn's girl, who can be found on Twitter. I will be entering this giveaway because I want myself.
I would too, but shipping fees is gonna be more expensive.
Mm,
than the plush.
it's true. It's true. And so who is going to make the first steps to perhaps escaping this arena?
A question. If Mildred like sniffs, does she smell any goats anywhere? Like, I mean, she's got her Kong goat, but she's a little peckish.
So there aren't goats nearby. You can smell that there are not goats nearby within this arena, but you can smell the possibility of distant goats.
This is what I'm about is eating goats. And if the direction of the goats is I guess another question is, do I have any idea like where or how far like to get out? I'm not necessarily like a path to get out, but do I know where the perimeter of the park is?
You do know where, at least where some portions of the perimeter of the park are, because you are taken by the outer fence to get here from your enclosure. So you know that the entrance to the performance arena is kind of like a stadium, like tunnel, right? That's where all of the humans go through. And so you know that is the way out of this. And then beyond that, there are a few buildings. There is right outside this, the gift shop, which you have only heard of and have never been invited to visit. But the humans, they speak with wonder of this place, the gift shop. So you think that goats will be found outside the arena and potentially outside the fence of the park.
That's where that is where Mildred would like to go. She would like to try and find her way towards freedom and bonus goats.
Excellent. You are able, now that the Nano has ripped out portions of the fence, you are able to wiggle your way into the tunnel. In the tunnel, you can smell, I think, probably fried foods of various descriptions. No goats, though. They're not here, but they are close. They exist.
Okay, guys, here's the plan. I've been in here a long time. I have, a bit of sciatica, stuff like that. It's just been here a long time. And I have heard that there are lots and lots of different kinds of goats, and I would like to eat some. Would you guys like to come with me and go find some goats? I mean, you don't have to eat the goats, but I mean, that's kind of where I'm going. Maybe like a road trip.
What? There's more places? I've been to like what? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Can I imagine Mildred still trying to just sit on Taylor's back and maybe steer him like a car by
This is
biting
very
onto the tire and
Ratatouille.
directing
Yeah.
him.
It's very Ratatouille. You're like pulling and then just like gnawing
Yeah.
just a little bit like this way now.
Right.
Um, so Taylor's down. How about the others? How do they feel about this plan?
Nano gets like those big sparkly anime eyes where he's like he's realized and he just like quietly growls to himself, I can join the NBA.
Oh my
And
god.
just is
I have no idea
immediately
what it
down.
is. I don't know what the NBA is, but you can. I believe in you. I believe
I'm
in
gonna
you.
join the NBA. Do you think they'll let me play on the Raptors? I think it's Toronto.
is the
I
team.
can't remember the names. I'm not a Raptor, but I know I can do it. I can play on the NBA. And I think like they kind of like put their head down as if to cover their eyes with their arms, but their arms are just so short it just kind of looks like they've just like looked very sad. But they're like crying tears of joy. This is all they've ever wanted.
It's a beautiful moment, honestly. Chompurado and Captain Cronch.
Captain's like, what's sciatica? What?
My back kind of hurts, and then yeah, it's rough. I'm sure one day you'll learn about it.
Sure. Yeah.
Captain Cronch just like, what? Okay.
I use a lot of big words and can we keep the vocabulary small, please?
Chompurado.
Chompurado will look at Zio, finally realize, oh yes, there is freedom where the goats are. And then Chompurado will say, friends, we must eat to take care of ourselves and hydrate to take care of ourselves. And we shall succeed in finding our freedom. And because there's a roar dono, I would like to invite everyone for a roar.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna count it in. I was about to say that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Roar! Excellent. And with that declaration, we are gonna take a short break so that our players have a chance to hydrate, as Chompurado suggested. And we will be back in about 10 minutes. So please come back and join us. We will get the results of our giveaway after the break as well, which is super exciting. And hopefully we will hit some new goals.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Bye. Hi, everybody. We are back from break, and we have more donations that have come in for interesting stuff, but I am going to leave that up to all of our dinosaurs and Dino Master and our everything. So I'm going to pass this back over to the group. Heck yeah, don't forget we have a giveaway going on in chat for an Aang plush. Put hashtag JDRF in chat. All right, go ahead.
Awesome. Let's head. We have, I know, a dinosaur fact and some paleontology. So
Gilly,
what we are going to
meets again. I'm sorry.
How does this happen to me? Let's try again. Why am I this way? All right. Hello. I am now captioned, I hope. So we have a donation for a fact and a donation for some paleontology. So let's have our fact first. I know, Zio, did you have a fact you would like to share about a Herrerasaurus?
I do, and it is about Herrerasaurus. The Herrerasaurus gets its name because the paleontologist that discovered or named the Herrerasaurus named them after a man by the name of Victorino Herrera, who was a goat herder, which makes tons of sense. And the goat herder owned the land where the fossils were found, and then apparently there was a lot of discussion about where they fit into the classification of dinosaurs, and they've been in a couple different classifications over the years, and it wasn't until 88 that they finally settled on where they fall in the dinosaur evolutionary tree. So I'm sure that I got all of that wrong, or at least a good bit of it, but that is the dino fact from someone who is a great appreciator, but not very knowledgeable about dinos.
I greatly enjoyed that fact. Thank you.
Good
All
job.
right.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Over to Mars.
That fact seems as far as I am aware, that is a correct fact.
Yay!
I believe they've also decided they are fairly closely related to some of the like amphibious dinosaurs that weren't actually amphibians, but like did water stuff as well, like Spinosaurus and Baryonyx. So that's cool. I have paleontology now, and I've run out of my own paleontology, so I've invited a special guest on. Who better to share paleontology than a dinosaur themselves? This is a dinosaur puppet I got when I was 5. I mean, he's a real dinosaur who's been my pet and friend since I was 5. His name is Dino, and he is here with specifically some paleontology about his nomenclature. So I'm Dino, and if you've been following paleontological news recently, you may have heard about a paper being published by some guy whose name I forget because I'm bad with names, who tried to make the argument that T-Rex was actually 3 species: Tyrannosaurus rex, Tyrannosaurus regina, and Tyrannosaurus imperator. He's interesting point. The paper is very divisive, and that's because partially the what are they called? Qualifications. The specifications that this guy gave out for each dinosaur are very, very vague and can be very confusing to try and define. So that's not great. Second of all, this guy has a rocky relationship with the paleontological community, given that he was one of the consulting paleontologists on Jurassic Park, and his belief was that Velociraptor and Deinonychus are the same dinosaur, meaning that he didn't care which name was used, and so the Deinonychus, or the Velociraptor in Jurassic Park, is actually a Deinonychus based off its size and when it's supposed to be evolved. But this was kind of that guy's fault. Also, the 3 names, as cool as they are, meaning Tyrant Lizard King, Tyrant Lizard Queen, and Tyrant Emperor, or Lizard Tyrant Emperor, Emperor Lizard Tyrant, something like that, do not follow naming conventions, and the paleontologist said he named them that way just so that he would have the chance to get to name them, despite the fact that none of those names are valid except for T-Rex. So, kind of whack. Dino fact over. I mean, Dino T. Thank you. Have a nice day. I will see you again soon, hopefully.
As Zio said in the chat, in this house we stand Professor Dino. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Also, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but I find it world-changing that the Velociraptor in Jurassic Park is not a Velociraptor. I did not know that. So I feel like
tangential paleontology / dinosaur fact that's not big enough to earn its own spot. But in Jurassic Park, when Dennis Nedry is taking the dinosaur embryos, they spelled Stegosaurus wrong. On the it's spelled Stegao Osaurus, or Stegasaurus. It's supposed to be Stego. And now that you know that, you will see it every single time.
Okay. Well, we have all learned many valuable lessons today in our educational Dino stream. To further that education, let us head back into the game where our dinos are currently in the process of leaving the performance stadium. And as you do so, Mildred, I believe, in the lead, because Mildred is leading the charge towards more goats.
While riding on the back of
Yeah.
While riding on the back
Taylor.
of Taylor, excuse me, obviously correct. Chompurado has given a rousing speech ending by a roar. And you all emerge into the gift shop. The mythical place. And I don't know what your dinosaur was perhaps expecting when they finally saw the gift shop, but what you enter is a high-ceilinged room that has a great number of shelves and toys, and what's strange is that all of you see miniature versions of yourselves here. There are little toys, not unlike Mildred's Kong goat versions of yourselves. There are cardboard cutouts that have places where presumably the humans like get close to them, and I don't know, what do humans do with cardboard cutouts? Who can say? There are clothes, human clothes of all descriptions. So how do your dinosaurs react to this room?
Captain's so excited, he's foaming at the mouth. And so acidic black venom is just dripping out. And he's like, it's me!
Yep. There are hats here. There are giant posters with Captain Cronch's face on it.
He goes over, he's so excited, he spits out giant hole in one.
Yeah. You create immediately a giant hole in the display poster. But it...
Where'd it go? Where did I go?
My face, my beautiful face.
What's going on? Yeah.
Oh no, my worst nightmare, small things I can crush. It's just like,
I imagine there's like one of those fancy glass cases with like they've got like a few fossils in there and also like glass figures of all the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
he definitely doesn't want to kill any of the dinosaurs because Taylor thinks they're alive and tiny and real. But is like not worried about smashing other things. They're just like, it's trying to tiptoe but knocking everything over.
Watch. Oh, wait. Okay, a little bit. No, don't step there. Oh, okay. All right, that's okay. That's good. It's okay. You're doing great. You are doing. Yeah. We'll go with you're doing totally great.
I can't really look down.
This is not a room that was built for Taylor. I'll be honest. There is, as Mars said, there is like the display case with like, buy a real dinosaur bone, and it's like not real dinosaur bone that you could smell. They are made of human material, like they not made of human, you know what I mean. Man-made materials as opposed to dinosaur material. There's that a jewelry counter that has, little all of the necklaces that have nothing to do with dinosaurs, and then there's weirdly one that just has Nano on it. Like there's just like a Nano necklace. There's a Chompurado branded t-shirt line, which I have to imagine is Chompurado's worst nightmare.
And I also add there's like a figurine, like it's like a robotic toy because apparently it happens a lot. Chompurado being hit by the ball over and over again. So it's like,
Oh my god.
posters of Chompurado, t-shirt of Chompurado, basketball. There
is and because because Chompurado has the ball, there is also one of those perpetual motion machines that has like the ball going back and forth, and it just
Chompurado.
it's yeah. And weirdly though, no, maybe there are little like nano basketball things like playing with it, but there's nothing that shows Nano as a basketball player, which is very inconsiderate.
It is very inconsiderate, but luckily Nano has really, really bad vision and can only see the displays that are like moving. So she's really into this like little perpetual motion display. I imagine there's like a one of those like mechanized like spinning things with like magnets on it, and so they're like into that, but like they're not catching a lot of these displays. But I think they like what they see. They assume that there's like this is Nano's basketball corner, like shrine in the corner that they just can't see very well.
Yeah, it's there for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And the Mildred, there is an entire goat wall, but none of these goats are actual goats.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bite as many of them as I can just in case.
You absolutely, I'm not gonna even make you roll for that. I think that is a thing that you are absolutely successful at. What you do see, and Nano, you do see this because of his movement, is Mildred going to town on the wall of stuffed goats, like just nom 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 chomp 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 chomp.
So there's like stuff like stuffed animal stuffing like stuck between my teeth now. I'm like
doesn't taste good. It's not like the real thing, honestly. Yeah.
Blood.
And there is no one here. It is before the park was going to open for the day, but usually the employees would be here, or there would be people around by now. You're used to enough, like the humans coming in the morning, that Perry and Terry must be giving them a really tough time. But is there anything you would like to grab from here to take with you before you leave?
Road snacks. Are there being an older dinosaur, are there any like Werther's Originals kind of candies that she can put in like her cardigan? Anything like that?
There is a wall of candy, I have to imagine. Yes, there are Werther's Originals.
With her sort of almost Dino, almost T-Rex, but not quite T-Rex kind of arms. I'd like to kind of grab some.
So
I have no idea how I'm gonna carry them. I don't have like, but I'm gonna try.
So you're able to grab several things. I think my first instinct is like, is chocolate bad for dinosaurs?
Right. Right.
But you definitely are able to get the Werther's Originals. Unfortunately, the gummy bears are just too high on the wall for you. But it's
try it. It's little arms.
Or just stand up on my head.
That's a good idea. She'll like try and jump a little bit and then land on Taylor's head. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Here, I'll launch you.
Okay, yes. Launched in the air. I would love to see if I can grab the gummy bears on my way down.
So I think I'm gonna let you pick what you roll for this, because I want to see with how much. I'm gonna say I would be inclined towards Dino. Because I want to see how successfully you knock over this entire wall of candy.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I'm not trying to escape. I'm trying to use my little feet to get gummy bears.
While that roll is happening, I will share that apparently chocolate is bad for dinosaurs because it's bad for birds. So, and bird is dinosaur.
We're learning the real facts today, y'all.
Yes.
That's why Mildred's going for the gummy bears.
That was not successful at all.
So you do achieve your goal in that you collide with the gummy bears, but you are not able to obtain them. What I think happens is sort of a cascading effect where the hooks start falling,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the entire wall of candy just comes down.
That didn't go as planned. Thank you,
Oh,
young man, for helping. I do appreciate that.
well, now everybody can have candy. This is awesome.
Oh, that's a
The
pretty perspective. Hmm.
I think Taylor definitely like finds a pair of like board shorts to chew on, and that's it.
So you take your board shorts, and you're not wearing them. You're just gnawing on them a little bit. It's great.
like-
They're tasty.
They like have plants printed on them, you know, like
Yeah.
palm trees, and so he's like, "Oh yeah."
Tastes like plant. Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
all
seems
tastes the
right.
same.
All right. Any other souvenirs you would like to grab?
Captain's gonna grab like one of the posters of himself that he didn't manage to ruin, and he's gonna look at it. He's gonna be like, "Guys, like my frill is bigger, right?" And he's gonna expand his neck frill. Be like, "Do you see this?" Like he's holding up the poster. He's like, "Do you see how they made it smaller? It's bigger in person, right? It's bigger in person."
Is the artist really just did not take into account the angle, right? You know the best angles to show off your frill.
He's gonna tuck it underneath his like armpit, I guess. And he's gonna just keep it. He's gonna be like, "Guys, like, when we find who did this, I'm gonna make him pay." This is a
Important to
revenge
have
quest
goals.
now.
This is a revenge quest now. Great. I love it. I love it. Chompurado or Nano, any souvenirs you would like to grab? If the answer is no, that is absolutely fine.
I think Nano's gonna like maybe they have like a rotating display of hats, or like someone Taylor knocked it and now it's rotating and now they can see it. And like try and put on a hat, but it just doesn't. They grab it with their hand and they can't reach their head, and then they try and like just like put it on with their like just lower their head down and like kind of knock it so that one of the hats falls on their head, but just doesn't work. And they just like keep trying to get this hat on their head, and I think eventually like a hat just kind of falls on their head, but it's like one of those like hats that's like made of really crappy foam, and it's got like dinosaur teeth in front, and so it just looks like there's like a second dinosaur hat on their head, but they don't know because it's so light, and they're just like they just wanted a snapback. This isn't a snapback. It's as close as they can get.
I love it. I love you achieving your dreams. And Chompurado, are you leading the charge to leave, or would you like to grab something here?
Oh no, it's not that I'm leading the charge to leave. I'm just leaving. I'm just like, as soon as I see everything, I go out to the door, grab the door jam just outside, just and then I look forward, and then I see a poster of us, and I'm just like, no. And then I go behind the nearest tree, and I'm just like, this is not happening. This is not happening. Oh my God, I swear to God.
Oh, okay. You head for the exit with a quickness. And looking outside, you can see that there are guards outside the door. They are in kind of the courtyard outside the front door of the gift emporium, and they kind of looked over briefly, but you were kind of able to dodge a little bit to the side and maybe even look like a statue. I don't know. So they didn't remark on it. But this is the point at which I will mention one of the obstacles that I rolled earlier, which is that these guards are not wholly human. They are human dino hybrids. Which means that some of them have strength that is closer to yours. Some of them are larger. Some of them have tails. Some of them have spines. All of them are enhanced in some way, much like yourselves. Chompurado, what would you like to do?
First off, Mitzi was confused when you said they had spines because I'm like, humans don't have spines.
No, I meant external spines.
I was doing the math in my head. Anyway,
yes, additional spines, pointy spines.
Okay. So Chompurado is hiding behind the tree and sees these people, right? These quote unquote people, decides to hide there until the others come out, and then they whisper to themselves,
together we shall be successful. Alone, I'm too squishy for this. No.
So the others, you do eventually notice that Chompurado is kind of like squished up against the doorway.
Hey, look, we're not supposed to look, but look.
His whole body smashes half the displays.
Taylor turns around and there goes like the entire like wine glasses that have dinosaur faces on them.
He's like 30 feet long. I mean,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
A significant proportion of this room is Taylor. Yeah.
huge.
I imagine another significant portion is Nano as well, because they're 40 feet long.
Yeah.
Definitely, you'll just start walking out there. Like, does that understand? Breaking through the door.
So, Chompurado, Taylor starts walking over and is clearly headed like straight through the door.
Hold on.
Looks down, tries to, but can't put head down to look down.
That's what I like. Okay, don't look at me. Just stay there. Don't look at me, but look at them. We're in trouble.
Oh, the wall builders.
Yeah, and Taylor staying still is still like taking up most of the gift shop with his tail. Nano, you now notice that Taylor is holding oh, actually, Nano, Taylor has disappeared.
Where did everyone go? Where did they all go? Hey, guys, where'd you go?
Anna, I'm right here. Captain is not moving.
I can hear you. Where'd you go? Damn you.
Huh? Tries to turn around to look again.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I see you. Thank goodness. I was so worried. I thought you would have disappeared.
Stops moving again.
Well, you can't keep doing this to me.
What is?
Oh, you're. It looks like you're back. Okay.
He just keeps like shifting a little because he definitely moves like serpentine, even though he can't like move his back because it's a shell shape, so it's just his tail swinging when he walks.
I think Nano has kind of like visually latched onto that tail and is like, as long as I can see that, I know I'm vaguely in the right place.
Mildred, the youngins are talking over by the door.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm sure that I still have like stuck in my various teeth stuffing from the stuffed goats and bits of candy at this point, I'm sure. But I'm ready to head out. This was enough to, it was a good a good snack, and now I'm ready to head out of the park. And it's like an appetizer, so I'm ready for some goats. So I will do what I've been doing, which is kind of climb over um uh uh Taylor. But which I think is kind of funny is that Mildred's like relative to Taylor is small, but she's like human size, like as tall as a human. So this is quite quite a challenge. But yeah, I'm ready to head on out the door. Um and okay, now when I was younger, when I was a younger dino, I was actually pretty good at my skills have kind of gone down a little bit because they just kind of give me like the goats just like right in front of me. But I used to be able to, like, when Miss Mildred here was younger, I could hunt. I I think as a last hurrah, I need to go get these. What did you call them? Wall builders?
Wall builders, yeah.
Yeah, I don't they're between me and a goat, and so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I
Well,
think I may try and go chomp on a wall builder.
I'll take you on one
Okay.
last job for sure.
Yeah, right. That's right.
So,
Dino's 11 or whatever it is.
so this is going to be a dino roll. Are you
Yeah.
barreling towards them? There are 3 wall builders that you can see outside the doors to the gift shop.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I mostly just want to ask them why they're building walls, but I'll take Mildred with me so she can eat one.
yes, yes. Again, riding like maybe with like my one little claw, I'm like, that way. Like ride on the back of
Charge!
Taylor as we
This
as
is
we make our
very,
way
yeah,
towards the
this
three
is
of
very
us.
cavalry to me right now. Just the onward. Yeah.
With like gummy bears and stuff stuck in her teeth as she's
Yeah,
yelling.
you definitely have gummy bears stuck in your teeth. There's a Werther's
Great.
original attached to your cheek.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping that the rest of my dino friends come with Taylor and I, but yeah.
I mean, that is up to them, but I will take a dino roll from
Ooh, yeah.
Mildred, and anyone else who would like to charge can also make a dino roll.
Okay, here we go.
That is a
Yeah,
success.
I will.
Okay, we have 1 success.
I also
I will
succeeded.
roll as well because everyone is here with me and I feel stronger together.
Oh,
Yes.
I failed again, so that's fine.
Oh wow.
I got
got
a
a
success.
6. I got a success too.
I gotta start escaping more. I'm tired of these dino rolls.
Yes, these dinos are not for you. So you are accumulating panic every time
Oh
you
yeah,
failed.
I'm losing it. I'm losing it, guys.
Well, let me know when you get to 6 because a thing happens. So Cece, you go to get one of these guards, right, with your friends. But then you notice that there is a giant cardboard cutout of you and someone has ripped the frill on it.
This is the worst day of Cece's life. He immediately diverts. He breaks off from the crew.
Yeah.
And is sprinting towards there.
Yeah. So this is like a troop of dinosaurs all going together, and then just Cece just veers. We have some successes. I think everybody else succeeded. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Hi, guys.
there are these 3 guards. Mildred gets there first. So are you just gonna chomp, Mildred?
I'm gonna chomp on whatever one is closest.
There is one who is what looks to be part Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this is manifested in that there are human arms on a slightly larger body. It's very disturbing. But you just go, and this T-Rex did not see it coming, right? It's just a whoof. Now what happens then is the others turn when their friend gets chomped. And Chompurado, what are you going to do when these guards turn on you? You succeed. So what is it that happens?
As soon as they turn towards me and looks me, I shall run, my head going first because that's what I do, headbutt, and then I yell, "Perceive me not!" And then I just bam.
So you hit this guard like a truck, and they just go and are airborne. They end up flying into probably, I think, like a water feature that is a dino that is spitting water up into the air. It looks like it kind of might be trying to be a T-Rex sculpture, but it is not a T-Rex sculpture. It looks like an artist's abstraction of what a T-Rex looks like. And this Brontosaurus human guard, goes flying into the water feature with a splash. And how about you, Taylor and Nano?
I think Taylor goes, Nano, alley-oop. And just with the tail, just knocks one of them up into the air. To Nano.
Nano is just everything in their life has come to this moment. Their arms are so little, but they've got just a massive head, and they are going to see this person flying through the air and just slam their head down and yell, "Dunk!" and just try and like slam dunk this guy onto the ground.
Yes, and you succeeded. So you this is a perfect layup, right? Taylor whacks, then Nano's just like whoosh, and this guard is severely winded because like their entire spine and spines, both versions, have just impacted the ground at immense force. And so you just hear kind of like a quiet like
I think I'll walk over and sit on him.
Oh, gosh.
I think the groaning stops after a very short period.
So why do you build the walls as he's just crushed? Why do you? The walls keep going up. Stop.
Unfortunately, your question remains unanswered.
Oh, no.
I'll never know.
So you just hear Taylor go, "Why do you build the walls?" And then quietly in the distance, you hear a siren start, a louder siren than previously.
I think that's good, guys.
Victory siren.
Certainly a victory siren.
I think this is like when they call for the halftime like when there's an alarm or something. Maybe someone's calling for a timeout. I don't
They
know
need to
though.
dance. I think they dance.
Oh yeah! let's do the dance. I love it. I love it when the basketball players get into like the little skirts and stuff. Oh, just good. It's such a good time. I'm gonna start doing that. And I think Nano tries to start like doing a little cheer, but they just have little arms, and so it's just kind of like they look like they're like flailing around their arms just a little bit. And are yelling something about basketball.
While this is occurring, this little cheer dance, in time to the siren, those of you who are listening, first of all, Cece, you are by this cardboard cutout, this travesty against art. What would you like to do?
I think Captain's gonna try and pick it up and ends up ripping it.
You rip it in half.
I'm gonna like take each half. I'm gonna wave at the others and be like, guys, look at what they did to me. Look at what they did to me. How far away can they even see?
Well, I think that first of all, Nano can only see you when you're moving it,
True.
right? And then CC just disappears. But I think they can hear you. This is like 30 feet away. Probably the end of Taylor's tail is like nearby, right?
Taylor, turn around.
Spins, destroys 6 things.
You knock over an ice cream cart, it just like gets wiped out.
Like, oh, guys, look at what they did to me. And I'm gonna like be crushing it with my hands as I like dig in, and I'm like, this is the worst day of my life. What am I supposed to do now? And I'm just gonna sit down and just start full on weeping.
It's the saddest dinosaur dealing with their loss. Meanwhile, Chompurado and Mildred, you hear that in the distance there is the sound of the big machines that the humans drive sometimes.
Okay, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I think that we need to probably get moving. Captain Cronch, may I suggest that you come with us? I think that, look, goats are so great. I am sure that there will be people looking at the goats, and maybe those people, if they appreciate goats, surely they would appreciate a fine, handsome young dinosaur like yourself. Why don't you come with us? But I think that we need to do it now.
You're right. I am handsome.
Of course you are. Of course you are, sweetheart.
But
Try and Mildred will try and like pat Captain Cronch on the shoulder, but her arms are probably just she doesn't have the same problem that Nano has, but almost like kind of a little bit of a pat.
Sure. And Chompurado, what would you like to do? Oh, you are muted, my friend.
Am I back? Okay.
Yes.
United we stand. Onward! And then again, I go with a headbutt towards the cars. Are they cars? I don't know. I don't know if they're cars.
They
I'm
are
a
big
dinosaur.
cars. They are trucks. And so you start off at what I imagine is a gallop. Side note, I want like inspirational Chompy posters, like for sure. Just
Yeah.
United we stand, and it's just like dinosaurs in like heroic poses.
But it can't be Chompurado. It has to be a different dino.
Right, we cannot perceive
No.
Chompurado.
Just with a bag on. It's just like there.
So you head towards these cars, which are coming down the street, and you can see that this is a truck, and it has what looks like you recognize this, Chompurado. And I think probably all of you, once you look, recognize it. There is a large mounted tranquilizer gun on the ceiling of this this truck. And it's weird because it doesn't seem like they would have had time to get in this. You've seen the humans get into this before, and it's probable that they weren't originally in this for you. Perhaps it's to do with whatever Perry and Terry are getting up to, but they are headed this way, and Chompurado is heading towards them at a gallop.
Do I roll for Dino at this point?
Yes, you could roll for Dino.
Okay. So I have +1 if I headbutt, but I become enraged if. Wait, is my voice mode on? Because that's
Yes, you are very chump right now.
Okay. No chomp for now. So I have +1 to headbutt, like +1 dice to headbutt, but I become enraged if I fail. What does enraged means?
If you become enraged, I'm gonna say that there is I'm gonna make it a consequence based, so you will lose control and something will happen. I'm gonna treat it like losing control of the situation.
Okay, so I'm rolling 4d6 for Dino. I got a 6. Oh, thank God.
It's dangerous. It's a dangerous world. So you get exactly the right angle. So you get your head underneath the grill of this truck and you just toss it, right? It goes into probably what I think is maybe one of the smaller buildings that has places where they go to see baby dinosaurs. The baby dinosaurs aren't in there right now, but it crashes into this awning, and just you see the guards who are kind of now hanging upside down from the thing, and they're just wiggling and unhappy with the situation. But you have straight up foisted this thing into a nearby building.
Okay.
Red.
Are there other cars? I mean,
There are at least 3 coming, and you would know that probably more are on the way.
Okay.
Can
Can Chompurado make another speech if everyone's all right with that?
Yes, go for it.
It is our time to be free. Everyone, we've heard this melody before. It grates our ears, and therefore we shall use it against them. Together with me, still don't look at me. Together with me, let us sing. Na 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 na. It's just ominous. Everything is just ominous about it.
So you hear this na 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 na. And for some of you, this is inspiring. You've heard this noise before. This is a familiar noise. And Chompurado's words kind of reach your ears, and you think, yeah, I'm gonna escape. We are going to escape. What do you do?
Emboldened by Chompurado and Mildred and having a new goal, Captain Cronch is gonna sprint towards one of these tanks. And as he's running, 2 halves of his cardboard cutout are in his hands. So they're just whipping it back and forth. And he's gonna spit the black venom so that it can stop the wheels from moving.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to do another dino roll. I'm gonna argue that this is outsmarting them.
Okay, I'm gonna say if you're going for the wheels intentionally, I would say that is trying to outsmart a machine. So I will let you do an escape roll for this.
Okay, so right now, guys, I got a success.
Yay!
2, 3, 24 and a 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you being slightly more familiar, you know at least that these round things on the bottom are like the legs of these machines, right? And you're like, hey, when I chomp on other dinos' legs, hard for them to move.
That's very hard.
So you spit acid venom onto your the wheels of this machine, and you hear kind of this sizzle and then these pops, and it stops moving towards you.
And I'm like, yeah! And I throw the cardboard cutout into the air. And I'm like, that's what you get! Respect my name! I am Captain Cronch! And then my neck frills pop out. And
Yeah.
I turn, I do a full 360, and I'm like pointing at my neck frills.
Yeah, perfect. So Cece has taken out one of the other trucks. How about Mildred, Taylor, and Nano?
I think I'm like just following, but I'm slow. Like I have a minus speed, so it's like, but I think I'm not trying to destroy, the cars. I think I am honestly like seeing this, tranquilizer gun thing, and I'm like, all right, I'll be the shield. Taylor's got this big spiky shell, right? So he's like, all right, so I'm gonna just kind of get in the way of everybody else and just kind of jump. He just kind of like bodies the gun, climbs up it and just lays.
I think what happens is the tranquilizer gun on the one that CC it has just deflated the wheels on. It is aimed at CC.
Oh, shit.
And there is a fire, and Taylor heroically, but with great mass, because Taylor is an extremely large dinosaur, kind of crosses in front of your vision. And I think it's just not because you go unconscious or anything, but I think because Taylor is, as Mare said in chat, thick with 3 C's. It just goes right. It just is in front of you. And I
got you.
I'm gonna roll to see how much damage you take, Taylor, and to see whether the tranquilizer affects you in any way.
Oh yeah.
You take 2 damage, which I know you can reduce, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
you
get to
are
reduce it by I get to roll 1 extra die to shrug off damage. So whatever that means, I'm gonna
I'm gonna say let's have you make a dino roll, right? Like let's do that.
To it.
Yeah, and you add a die to it, and if you succeed, you shrug off the.
I rolled 4 5s and no 6s, so and a 1.
So here's what I think happens. So you jump and you miscalculate a little bit, and you actually, under your shell, I'm assuming, it hits. Yeah, it kind of hits you just like right on the edge.
Soft
and yeah, and you're not. Ow! It hurts. Oh. And you feel you're a big dinosaur.
Yeah.
So you're not out, but you're a little sleepy. It's just
I got you, Captain Cronch. I got
you. Captain Cronch doesn't know that like anything bad is you're my hero. I'll never forget this. Even though he thinks Taylor is perfectly fine, he's like, don't worry. This is a debt that won't go unpaid. You mess with the captain's crew, there'll be vengeance.
Getting crunched.
Nano and Mildred, what are you up to right now?
Go ahead, Nano.
I think Nano is going to try and stomp. Like, I imagine some of these cars are like close together. They're going to try and like stomp and turn one of the cars so that other cars behind it like run into it before they can stop. And so they're going to try and like put their foot down on, like, smash down on the hood of one of these cars, and then kind of like slightly pivot it just so that as many cars as possible run into it as they can.
Okay. Let's have, I mean, I guess you're using force for this, right? So let's have a Dino roll.
All right. I rolled 5 dice, and none of them were sixes, which is deeply unfortunate because I had a very good basketball themed one-liner.
Oh, no!
It's the curse. It's the curse. It's spreading to y'all now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. You're trying, but you just can't get it the way you want it. And it's frustrating. So this truck is getting closer and closer, and now that it's seen you, it is aimed at, well, we've had 2, so there are actually 2, and one is aimed at you, at Nano, and Mildred. Another is aimed at you.
I am going to try and I'm gonna try and, I don't know, run away isn't exactly the right word, but I want to I'm looking for the exit, and I'm gonna try and get away from these. Maybe like take cover, or like actually finally make my escape. Is there any sort of door around or anything like that?
So the front doors to the park are a distance away, like the way that the humans come in, and then that is where the road into the park is. However, you know that nearby is kind of several enclosures, and then a gap between enclosures where it's just the fence. Like, there's not a building there or anything, so it is the fence that is not buzzing at the moment. So you know, if you go around the enclosure that usually, actually, I think it's probably one of your enclosures. I'm gonna say it's like around or it's probably, let's say it's Taylor's enclosure that's fairly nearby. And if you go around that, there is an area that is a fence that is fairly open.
And am I kind of in open space here where if I start booking it, they're gonna be able to shoot me?
Yeah, you are in a large courtyard right now, but if you like, I would let you roll escape to see if you can like duck behind something.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm not as big as Taylor or Nano. So I'm on the smaller side, and I'd like to try and see if I can't dodge my way over towards that direction, and I will shout to everyone, "This way!" And you want an escape?
Escape for this because you're trying to evade human capture.
Yeah, no successes, unfortunately.
Oof.
So you do not succeed in evading this, which means that you can go, you can kind of try and kind of, I like to think that you're trying to like bob and weave, right?
Yeah.
But you're
I'm strafing,
you're old. Your dinosaur bones. It's hard for you. You do still have your goat, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But you take a tranquilizer dart to the tail, and you just feel a little bit sleepy. It's just a little bit. It's just.
Oh.
It's just like you're not unconscious, but it's just the world is just a little bit wobbly.
I need a nap, and I'm gonna hug my goat as I'm trying to like get ready to settle in for a nap. That's my little coat. I'm not gonna lay down and go to sleep yet, but I want to.
Mhm. Oh no.
Nano, what's up?
I think Nano is going to try and take one of these other like one of the cars that one of these other dinosaurs has gotten rid of or dealt with, and try and like basically pick it up and throw it at one of the other cars.
Okay, Dino roll. And then we're gonna go to Chompurado.
Yes,
Can
I
I be heard?
did-
It's all good.
I have succeeded. So Nano is going to pick up one of these cars, and as they like smash it down into this other car, they're going to say, "Come on and slam!" And the minute this other car collides with the car that they are slamming down, they are going to victoriously yell, "And welcome to the jam!"
Great. You do slam dunk these trucks. And although two of your friends are sleepy, there is quiet for a moment, and then you hear in the distance a like cackle, and down the road, I visualize this like at Disney, they have like the straight roads that have the buildings on either side. You see two compies run across and like 3 trucks follow. There is like an entirely different chase going on somewhere else in this park.
I'm imagining it like one of those Scooby-Doo scenes where like the chumpies or the compies run one way and then the cars come out from the other way, and it's just like
Yes, and you can see that they have been temporarily distracted by that. So it seems like the rest of the trucks, the ones that you haven't kind of tossed into the air or disabled with venom, are busy right now with Perry and Terry. So Taylor and Mildred are a little sleepy. What would you like to do next collectively as a group?
Well,
So Taylor,
my cage. What's it? I called it a cage. No, never mind. I was gonna say I could go for a nap, but it's no. Never mind. We'll go in a cage again.
Stay with me, Taylor. Captain Cronch's gonna try and like shake, but I mean, listen,
His whole head.
the whole head just been like, "Wake up, get up, come on." How are we gonna get you free?
Just slap across with your frill. Just like, wake up.
wake up. I'm like, we gotta get the tire off of you. I'm like, oh,
I forgot about the tire.
use it like one of your airplane pillows. I don't know what an airplane is.
Nano, Mildred has disappeared.
oh God.
Oh, guys, where's Mildred?
Around crushes everything.
I want to be
Nano
clear.
is-
Everybody else, Mildred is
shit.
still exactly where she was.
Nano is like
Captain
frantically looking
Just
around.
points at Mildred, like right there, standing still.
I don't see her.
Well, Mildred, wave hi.
But
Oh.
I'll sort of like take like just like the tip of my tail.
Aw.
Because I'm
Oh,
hugging my
hi,
my
Mildred.
goat. Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
gonna take a nap.
Chompurado, your team is flagging a little, but this is a golden opportunity. What would you like to do?
Both Mitzi and Chompurado are thinking really hard.
It's okay. If you there's no pressure if you want me to go to someone else. I just realized that we hadn't heard from Chompy in a while.
It's okay. Okay. Idea. Since Captain Cronch is Mildred is on Taylor. Captain Cronch is like helping Taylor along. I'm trying to think of what would inspire Captain Cronch to carry Taylor along with him. So like he would go forward while, since I have a high chance of headbutting people away, I will lead the charge. And then I figured out what to tell Captain Cronch. And I will look at Captain Cronch.
And I will say, Captain Cronch, they have a statue of you, but the gills don't look accurate. Again, and your tail is smaller.
Where? Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to look at you, but point where it is.
This direction. I don't have any idea where the direction is, but I'm going to go with my instincts.
Okay, wait, Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Won't
What?
leave you behind. You helped me. It's time for the captain to pay it back.
Oh,
And
crap.
I'm looking up their height differences right now.
My Dino.
Let's see. Well, okay.
Dino,
they're-
my Dino.
Yeah. Okay, so it does say that. So they're apparently large. Like, so the Dilophosaurus are apparently quite large. They just got shrunken for the movie. So
I
mean-
believe it. I mean, if the internet says it, then it must be true. So
True.
but also endless comedy. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm slightly tinier than you. I'll be 23 feet. You're 30 feet, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, let's go. Captain Cronch is gonna shimmy his way underneath the shell, and then go hurt. And like,
Your army crawling as a dinosaur, basically, is what's happening here.
and I'm like, no dino left behind. And I'm gonna get like a little bit. I'm on my figurative hands, elbows, and knees. I'm like,
So you're basically trying to be like the raft that,
yeah,
that Taylor is on.
Taylor and be like, get on, Mildred, everybody, get on. Which is
Could carry
not a good
everybody.
idea.
And Taylor weighs like thousands of pounds.
Yeah, like you can like as we're crawling and it's slow going, you can feel Captain Cronch every now and then try and like stand up and like no, like lower to like.
I have really bad news for you, Captain Cronch, which is that I think this is a dino roll.
How many points of damage you gonna make me take? Let me see. 2d6.
Slip.
Let's go. Oh god, please. Yep, no, it's a 1 and a 4.
Oh no.
So
How-
you try and you just
Trying so hard.
I'm really just walking at this
Yeah.
point.
I think actually, yeah, Taylor can walk. He's just walking very slowly. And Taylor, I think, has a minus to speed anyway. So I think after a while you're trying to army crawl and then Taylor just slowly stands up. It's like, okay.
But I'm like, oh my I'm like,
You're doing
I'm
it.
strong.
Yeah,
Taylor
you
weighs
did this.
nothing. And I'm like, oh, but it's not good. I'm like, oh, this is what Mildred meant when she said.
You are the
Okay.
strongest dino.
Somehow I imagine like some song of Linkin Park just played in the background that just went, I tried so hard.
I got
But
so far.
he didn't get so far, apparently.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
You start meandering to the way that that Chompurado pointed, which was the kind of around Taylor's enclosure piece of fence. And as you get there, some of you slower than others. Mildred, it's taken you a little bit of effort, but you can see on the other side of this fence is jungle. It opens up into trees and wildlife. You can see birds in the distance. There don't tend to be a lot of birds around the park, because when there are birds around the park, they sometimes get a little bit chomped on. But you can hear the sounds of freedom. You can smell the smell of vanilla goats and chocolate goats and strawberry goats.
That might, would that waken Mildred up a bit from her tranquilizer? Given
Yeah,
how
I'm
much
gonna
she
say
loves the goats.
you love the goats. Oh, and excellent news, Mars, you won the giveaway. So
Yay,
you are going to be the proud
congratulations.
owner of the Ing plushie. I believe that's your username, right?
It
Issa Mars?
is.
Yes.
I keep meaning to change it so that it's in line with every other username I have, and then I keep forgetting. But
I was able to work it out through context clues. But congrats to Mars, and
Yay,
you should keep
congratulations.
donating, everybody. We still have a few more minutes to
Mhm.
roar and or get some
Mhm.
paleontology or dino facts. We will be wrapping up soon. So get them in now. But yeah, I would say Mildred wakes up a little bit with the goat, the promise of goats.
I'm going to try and with my renewed sense of determination, see if I can't work out how to either get over or through this fence. I'd be looking to see if maybe I can climb up onto something to jump over it, or if even though my arms don't reach real far, I can grab some things. So if there's like a gate that I might be able to use, I have claws, right? If I can maybe use a claw to undo a latch or something like that.
So I think that what there is a latch on is the there is like a maintenance kind of hatch in the wall, and it is linked to the electricity. And as you're standing there, the electricity does pop back on. It seems to be like sporadically going in and out. But in opening this, you would be able to potentially turn that off and also have a hold to rip open the
I would
fence.
very much like to do that, especially if I feel like that is because I know that the buzzing, when the fence buzzes, it hurts, and so I would definitely want to. If I've connected those two, I'm gonna want to kind of rip that out, whatever I can do with my claw. Is that escape or is that Dino?
I think you're using force, right? Or are you? Or is this escape because you're trying to pick a?
I mean, Zio would be like, yes, it's definitely me with a claw because I'm much better at escape than Dino. I think it could go either way. It is a little bit of my a bit of dexterity. I'm not chomping on anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say go escape. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a generous Dino.
Except I don't get any successes.
Oh no!
And that is my 5th panic. Not my 6th panic, but just my 5th.
Okay. So Mildred kind of picks at this thing, and it's just not opening.
Hey Taylor, can you maybe like with the tail, with the smash, with the?
You want me to knock
like,
down a wall?
You're super good at it.
The
Get it,
dream.
Cronch. Okay, Cronch is like, I'm ready. I'll pick you up and I'll swing you.
Teamwork
Just
makes
like a
the dream
baseball
work.
bat. All right, yeah, I can. You know, it's one of the things like you got woken up by the scent of goats, and Taylor is
Yeah.
like, I get to smash a wall.
We believe in you.
Yeah, and yeah, if you'll have me, Taylor will smash.
Yeah, Taylor Smash.
That is 2 6s.
Nice.
Okay.
Captain Cronch is still underneath. Doing
Yeah.
an army crawl.
And Captain Cronch 100% believes that they are the one who enabled this
Yes.
to happen. So you swing your tail, and this like latch and this like electric box, whatever, just goes flying off the thing, and there is a hole in this fence.
Oh, after you.
Is it big enough for any or all of us to fit through?
I
mean,
think who is
obviously-
the smallest dino here? I think it's big enough probably for, let's see, I don't know who's the smallest dinosaur here.
I think it's probably me or Chompurado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like a medium-sized dino, if I remember.
Yeah.
About what I am too.
I think that you two could fit through. It would have to be widened for the larger among you to fit. Like Nano has a sizable amount of head to fit through.
That was tall.
But Mildred and Chompurado, you are able to wiggle through if you so choose.
So if ever Taylor, Captain Cronch, and Nano wouldn't be able to go through cleanly, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Chompurado is going to do a thing that might not be the smartest.
We love to hear it.
Yeah.
Because Chompurado looks at the hole and it's not big enough. And they really internalized it that no one gets left behind. Chompurado will take a few steps back, tries to aim as much as they can to like widen the hole, and then runs towards it. Pain be damned.
This is a dino roll for sure. Let's see that dino.
Can I also get a +1 dice for headbutt because
Yeah.
Fail.
Yay.
Just don't
And if I fail, it's gonna be
It's gonna be real fast.
I got 2 success.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. So Chompurado goes with you have such a good run up, right? You aim right on target, you run up, and you take out a whole section of this fence, right? It goes flying. It does sting a little bit because you get poked, but it's nothing you can't handle. And now there is a whole world in front of you. You are free. And you have escaped from Triassic Park. And we are going to have a very quick go round to see what your epilogue for your dinosaur is. Do they become the first dino in the NBA? Do they become president? I don't know. So we are going to go around. I'm not going to go in the same order I did because I want people to have time to think of it. So does anyone have an epilogue for their dino that they would like to share first?
Can I go?
Yes, go, Chompurado.
Chompurado will definitely live as a hermit.
God.
Either there's no in between. It's either in the mountains where maybe acrophobic people can't go, or near the sea where people scared of the water can't go because they heard that humans can have those fears. So they're like, you know what? Either of these two, or you know what? Somewhere between the two. So there's a mountain and there's a sea. Best of both worlds.
Yeah, there's a nice little mountain town. You have, which I say town, but you're like 20 miles down the coast from there. No one ever bothers you. You have a forest to yourself. It's perfection. You're living your best life. You're living in your mountain coast home. Love it. All right, who is up next?
Or is our Jurassic Park on an island like Jurassic Park, or is it like part of the mainland? 'Cause that's
I think
changeable.
it is attached to. I think it's on a peninsula. So I think that because one of the obstacles I could have rolled was that it was an island. But I did not. So it if you want to be on an island, you can be on an island.
I don't.
I don't want that.
I think Taylor finds honestly like a field where people like herd sheep, or like or anywhere where there's lots of sky, and it's just gonna lay in the grass and just chew on grass and stuff, like honestly like any kind of herd animal.
Yeah,
Just-
you're a plains dino. I
Yeah,
love it.
just enjoys a peaceful life without walls.
No walls, only sky.
Definitely
I
breaks a
love
lot
it.
of farmers' gates down. Just
Yeah, just on principle. Just oops, sorry. Yeah, excellent. How about Mars? Your Nano.
I think Nano goes to Toronto to try and join the Raptors, and unfortunately, the NBA says that teams must consist of humans and not dinosaurs. But the Toronto Raptors accept Nano as their new mascot, and Nano gets like a custom made like Raptors jersey and like a Raptors snapback, and that they try and convince the team to rename to the Tyrannosaurs or the Rexes, and Toronto Tyrannosaurs becomes the new name, and Nano is their mascot, and sometimes they'll do like halftime things where it's like, see if you can dunk better than our mascot, but Nano wins every time because they don't even have to jump to dunk.
That dino can dunk.
Dino can dunk.
Excellent. How about Captain Cronch?
Captain Cronch is living his best life. He is a celebrity. Hey. And he invents a new cat. He's a D-list celebrity, I think, because D stands for Dino, not because nobody really knows him. Sure, right? But this merch comes out, and it's like, I got it the inspiration because it was like the tires, like an airport neck pillow. He gets like neck frills, and they makes those as like the airport pillow. But like, too many people complain that it's like too big, so then they have to like scale it down because it's just this, and then like it gets in the way of everything, and he's like really upset about his merchandise like kind of being revoked, and like he doesn't have a true artistic freedom, and so he becomes a bit of a hipster, and he's like, corporations always ruin true artistic representation, and he's like, one single tear goes down his cheek.
I love that for you. Honestly, I love that for you. Excellent. I love be the best dino influencer you can be.
True.
Honestly. Excellent. And Mildred.
Mildred uses relies on some of Captain Cronch's new connections to become a basically the dinosaur version of Martha Stewart. Has a very successful YouTube cooking channel where she prepares dishes that are exclusively goat dishes. She has a lovely giant cottage, for dino sized, where she raises goats. And so all of the dishes that she makes are all like locally sourced, organic goat dishes. And she has made sure that there is enough room where if Taylor ever wants to come visit, there's plenty of fields for Taylor to come like roll around in the grasses, and there is even an intercom system in the house so that if Chompurado wants to come visit, Chompurado can like talk to everybody without being seen, right? Just trying to be uh respectful of Chompurado's desire to not be perceived. But yeah, Mildred becomes wildly successful, like food blogger YouTuber.
Oh, so good. So good.
So good.
This I love to see. And you live obviously with your Kong goat happily ever after.
Forever. Yes, absolutely. But she never answers any questions about it. It's just there, and everyone knows better than to ask about it or comment on it, or anything like that. Because she can still chomp.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to wrap up our game for today. I think I am delighted that our dinos lived happily ever after, although I'm a little sad that no one panicked, but that's okay.
I had 5, I was close.
You were close. So I had such fun. A reminder that you can find this game, which was created by Tisai and Tillery, on their website. It's cyaneus.com. And you can see it in the chat. It was inspired by Grant Howitt's one-page RPGs, which you can find at patreon.com/GSHowit. And thank you so much for all of your donations. Thank you for letting us share our exciting dino characters and facts, and letting Mars share their super awesome dino paleontology. We are currently at $1,050 for this campaign, which is amazing. I am so glad that we were able to raise that much today, or over the course of the last few weeks, for JDRF, who do very important work for diabetes research. I am going to go around and have everyone let us know where they can be found again. And then I will turn over to Mur for a closing thought and an announcement. You can find all of our player links in the chat, but we're going to go around and do like we did at the beginning. If you would like to drop a plug for something, feel free to do so. My name is Gilly. I have been your Dino Master for today, which is a title that I made up and you cannot take from me. I'm currently wearing my Thesaurus shirt as well, which I'm very excited about. And you can find me on the interwebs at Oh Look It's Gilly on Twitter and Oh Look It's Gilly K on Instagram. I get excited there about theater and TTRPGs and all kinds of other stuff. So come follow me there if you would like to chat about all the cool games that exist, because I'm excited. Let us head over to Zio.
Again, I'm Zio. You can find me here on Twitch at Ziomara. I'm on Twitter at Atomic Ziomara. And if I'm streaming, it's usually Overwatch. If I'm chatting on Twitter, it's usually about Dungeons and Dragons, which I have a lot of fun playing. So if you want to come hang out, you know where to find me.
Awesome. And Mars.
Hi, I'm Mars. I don't know why I'm saying hi. I should be saying bye, but
Oh my god.
hello again. I am on the interwebs at Frog Games. I talk about dinosaurs and frogs, and also dinosaurs and frogs, and other stuff I guess as well, but it's mostly dinosaurs and frogs. I do art as well, which I post on Twitter, and I'm a part of the Monster of the Week streaming group Turntables RPG, where we switch off between who is keeping and who is playing, while telling a like collaborative storyline. We've just started we're kind of at the beginning of our second season. You don't need to have watched the first season to understand what's going on. So and now is the perfect time because we're switching keepers again. So if you'd like to check that out, that's on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram at Turntables RPG. We do cool stuff.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
Excellent. Mitzi, you are up.
Hello. My name is Mitzi. My pronouns are they, them. And you can find me on any social media channel I could get my hands on. at Pukipeku. That's Pukepeku. I am also a Filipino trans non-binary variety streamer on Twitch. I finally remembered what I was about to say, and that was that. So I play video games. I also try to learn how to do art. So I do art streams, but I'm really just there to learn. Sometimes I also play on the guitar when I'm bored. So, come check me out if I ever do get back to streaming because problems. And I also do a lot of TTRPG stuff. So I run games. I'm also a player, and I've also designed some games. So if you want to check it out, my itch link is pukipeku.itch.io. I've so far published 2 games there. So if you're interested, do check them out. And yeah, that's it, I think. All right.
I always feel like I'm supposed to add more stuff at the end of those, and I'm like, but what is there? No, but that's awesome. I'm going to check those out because I'm always looking for new games to play. Excellent. Let's head to Danny, and then Donna will wrap us up.
Great. Yeah, I'm Danny. You can find me on the internet as DannyNat20. You can hire me on startplaying.games to run your games if you ever want. Also, you can find me on Twitch at Only Dan's D&D, the only actual play made by Dan's for everybody. The little glitch is everybody in the game's name is Dan. All of our characters' names are also a version of Dan.
Incredible.
We just switched from like one of our players Twitch streams to our own Only Dan stream, so we've got like 20 followers, but it is a real stream, I promise. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Let's head over to Donna.
Hi, everybody. Or as Mars should say, bye, everybody. I wish we talked more about the Bones Wars. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe I'll do a Twitter thread on
I think
the Bone
you
Wars
should.
later.
I'll retweet the shit out of that.
Mars,
Hi,
please.
everyone.
Oh my God.
name is
Okay.
Donna. I had a lot of fun. What can I say? I had a really lot of fun. You guys are awesome. It was a very fun game. Blah blah blah. It was really cool. Really cool. My Twitter is at Shabro. That's XIABRO. You can find me there. I try to play TTRPGs, but most of the time I do voice acting and programming and all that other stuff. So if you want to see what games I've been a part of, whether that's as like the programmer or as a voice actress, just head on over there and you can see me, you can support me. Also, you can cast me in more stuff if you wanted to. I mean, if you wanted to, right? It's all up to you. I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I had a really fun time playing with all of you. All of your dinosaurs were so funny and it was just such a blast. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I am super glad. I want to thank all of my players today for getting so invested. Like from day one, when they found out they were in this game, they were all like, I'm so excited to be a dinosaur. And I appreciate that as someone who is excited about dinosaurs. So this was the perfect cast for this. I had a wonderful time. Follow these people, follow their projects, follow this campaign and continue to donate as it goes on. Thank you so much. I will turn it over to Mer, who will wrap us up.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mer, the host of this stream. So thank you everybody who jumped in and donated and just joined us on this amazing journey. We are at $1,050 right now. And the next game is actually tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time for a game of For the Queen with my old cast of Invisible Sun, if you have been around that long. So I'm super excited. I can't raid them right now, but I am going to direct everyone to head over to Dicey Amazon's Twitch. They are one of 4 channels that are currently doing a quadlaboration stream. So it's Dicey Amazon's Friends Who Roll Dice, Transplaner, and and Utopia, where we are all raising money for Ukrainian relief and trans rights. Right now, Dicey's Amazons is talking about trans history. I'm going to pop their link in the chat. Please go check them out. Support this entire quadlaboration stream that's going on. It's going to be running through Monday. Go to any of their Twitters. We've posted the schedules, and it's kind of like we're raiding into each other throughout the course of the days. So everybody go check them out, and thank you so much for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Bye.